Alright guys, as you guys can see by today's title, I was tested for the COVID-19. Let me just kind of back up briefly and we'll just start from the beginning. That way you guys can kind of know like a little bit of the backstory. So there is some things I'm going to leave out, even though they are important to the entire story. I just don't feel like I'm allowed to speak on the subject matter due to privacy, and I don't really want to lose my job. We'll just put it that way. I just don't want to I don't want to get into how I think I might have caught it or whatever. I'll just kind of give you the dates, I guess. So maybe about March 23rd or something like that, I started noticing like a light sore throat. It was very light. There's nothing to worry about, just kind of like watching it, you know what I mean? By the next day when I went to work, I was heated. Like my whole body felt hot. I took my temperature and it was normal. I mean, no fever. But I felt very hot. And this continued for the rest of the week. I was hot every day I worked. I was starting to develop like shortness of breath every day too. And you know, this very well could have been just my anxiety getting worked up. I don't really know. But this only seemed to happen, well, not only, it mainly happened when I was, physically doing something, so like at work. And when I was at home, I had trouble breathing as well. It would kind of come and go. It wasn't like I was sitting there like wheezing, if that makes sense. It wasn't like I wasn't doing none of that, but I was like shortness of breath from doing anything. So that was a little concerning, but also I was like, maybe it's just my allergies. I don't really know. So by that Friday, I had called one of my supervisors and told her, what's been going on. I just wanted to let her know. Basically fill her in on what's going on. And she was like,
yeah, it's probably just like your allergies. Just like make sure you watch it, because with the stuff going around, you just never know.
I'm like, okay, yeah. So then by the next week on Tuesday, this is probably like March 31st or something at this point, I called a doctor on my phone, like on my chart app, like this app, and you talk to a provider. So I did that, and we both agreed that it was my allergies. So she prescribed me an inhaler. I've never taken this inhaler like this before. I've taken the aerosol ones. So when I took those, I kind of got instant relief with breathing. This one, and the last time I had taken an inhaler was like 4 years ago or something crazy. So I haven't really had an asthma attack, like how I felt what was coming down. I just don't know what it was or what it is still, I guess. So this inhaler was powder. I'm just not entirely sure what it was doing for me, because I honestly felt like it wasn't doing much at all. If anything, I felt like it was opening up those bronchial tubes and just like shoving mucus further down or something. That's kind of how I felt when I was taking it, and I did it up to 4 times per day. So I did that the next, 3 days. By that time, this was this past Friday on April 3rd. I ended up going to the emergency room just because I had called a hotline number within my hospital and talked to them about, what do you think I should do at this point? Because I can't really see my doctor with this whole thing going down. I just don't know who I'm supposed to see, but I'm having issues breathing. She's like, I would just go to the emergency room. I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, in my gut feeling, I really didn't want to. First off, the bill. I don't want to pay no emergency room bill. I already know it's going to be outrageous, but it's like, what are you supposed to do at this point? I really don't know. It just kind of sucks because all I had was like shortness of breath and then like a light sore throat. Those were like my only thing, my only symptoms. Like I said, I was feeling very hot. I mean, I was like sweating like hot, but I never had a fever, never had a cough. Well, anyways, so I get to the emergency room. Everyone's gowned up. I got the mask on. They have masks on. While I'm sitting in there, it was kind of a scary situation. I'm not gonna lie, just because I know there was other patients that are infected in different rooms around me. And the fact that I was like that close to it was really scary because I know those people like are infected. So the whole thing was really kind of scary. Like just sitting there, I sat there about two and a half hours or so, which isn't too bad, but still. Also, the entire emergency room is like decked out in white, like boards. So it's like boarded up like legit quarantine. It was really kind of spooky. Like when I walked in, I'm like, and then the lady standing there at the podium thing was like asking me a bazillion questions, and she was suited up, and then she gave me a mask and was like, you're gonna have to wear this mask your entire visit. And I'm like, okay. And then she had walked me back to one of the nurses who took my temperature, my blood pressure, all that kind of stuff. And then I went to the room. I'm in the room and everything, and they come in one after another. There's like several people in at this point, and I'm like freaking out. So my anxiety levels are probably like way up here at this point because I'm like, what's going on? Like, what is happening? After they took some vitals as well. They got a needle in my arm and then took some blood. So they started the blood work. And then at that point, a guy had come in to hook me up to do an EKG to study to monitor my heart rhythm, kind of get an electrical graph on that. And then, so yeah, blood work came back fine. EKG came back fine. They also did an x-ray on my left lung because that's what felt inflamed, like just the side. Right, today, I'm breathing fairly normal. I have something in my throat for sure. I can feel it, like back there's something there. Like I'm obviously talking a bit weird, but there's something in there. But breathing, I feel okay. My lung feels okay. I also had like persistent pain right here in the middle of my chest, and that is pretty much gone at this point, but I had that for like a week and a half. At the end of like my ER visit, they were like, oh my gosh, everything looks okay. The only thing we can think is like maybe a viral infection is causing this lung. She's like, but your breathing seems okay, everything seems fine. I'm like, okay, that is strange, because like I'm literally having shortness of breath. And the ER is not able to catch that. So that was super weird to me. She's like, but your lungs are working just fine. You have 100% oxygen. Okay, the last thing we want to do is test you for coronavirus, the COVID-19. I was like, really? And she's like, yeah. She said, due to your exposure, and again, I'm not going to get into how I was possibly exposed. Yeah, basically due to your exposure of what you told us, we have to test you. Okay. So I was like in there for like half an hour waiting for them to come back to test me, right? I was like so anxious the whole time because I've seen videos of, people getting these long things shoved up their nose, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna hurt so bad because it's supposed to go all the way back in there and like touch the back of your throat or something. Beyond me. I don't know. And they said it feels like you're being stabbed in the brain, is what like a lot of people have told me. I'm over here like having a panic attack at this point. Finally they come in and I got myself prepared and ready, and I'm just like, shove it in this nostril. Like I already knew the drill. And she was like, okay. So she just like pushed it in and it went in there, but I didn't feel like it go all the way back or something. It just kind of went up in to about right here, maybe, which is still high, but like, it didn't feel like it went all the way back or anything like that. Oh, that was it? Is it done? And she's like, yeah. I was like, okay. Like, that wasn't bad. I don't know. I don't know if they like did the test wrong or not, but honestly, I don't care. It's over with. I guess the test for the COVID-19 is like 80% accurate, something like that. There could be a chance it comes back the wrong answer. And that is just something they don't really want to risk. But because of those chances, I have to be quarantined for 14 days. Now, I did start on that Friday when I left work. So it's been Saturday, Sunday, and today is Monday. You guys are hopefully watching this right now. So I just wanted to tell everybody like what's going on because I'm going to be off of work for 2 weeks and it's kind of scary. I have not missed a day of work since starting last year at the hospital. For me at this time, it's a little scary just because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if my results will be positive. It'll be better if they're negative. I also am like not looking forward to this bill I'm gonna get, so that's really concerning to me. But yeah, so I guess I'm here, and hopefully, because I have 2 weeks to utilize, I think I'm gonna try to get more projects done, and obviously I'll rest and drink lots of fluids. But in the meantime, while I'm here, I'm gonna clean up my house, get this organized and done, and then we'll do like a home tour, I hope. Then yeah, I'll have more projects done and all that. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this little update. I'm not gonna sit here and bombard you with like, oh my gosh, update on me, I'm sick. I'm not gonna try to do all that. I will update you guys once I get my results for the test, okay? So for the time being, I'm just gonna chill and relax. We'll all just be in home together. I'll be talking to you guys through the phone. Whatever, you know what I mean. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Keep me in your thoughts and prayers, as well as I'm doing the same for you guys, to hope that nobody catches this awful disease. Okay? You guys have a blessed day.